How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about one of the most asked questions on our channel, and that is, what do we do with all of the Pokemon bulk that we buy at shows or in person? This is going to be a bit of a longer video, and hopefully by the end of it, you guys will be able to understand what exactly we do with it and why we do it. When we're talking about bulk, the most common conception that people usually have is that when they think of the idea of bulk, they just think of commons and uncommons, which is true. They are pretty much classified as bulk, but there are also different categories of bulk as well that we purchase. Bulk in general, the term is just for things that we buy in very large amounts. Typically, they're just no value and you end up accumulating so much of them. Things like rares and holo rares, reverse holos, Vs, EXs, GXs, these are like the very cheap ones. When we're talking about Vs, EXs, we're talking about cards like, I call it the Delmise effect, so Delmise V, that would be considered a bulk V. And then even full arts and secret rares, once again, very lower ended stuff. We're not talking about any of the high ended stuff for any of these categories. This is just all the low end stuff that typically nobody wants to deal with. People typically end up just accumulating a bunch of these over time because they are opening packs, or if they are trading, eventually they'll have a significant amount and they're looking to get rid of it because it just takes up too much space. I think the number one reason why people end up selling their bulk to us is because someone who collects Pokemon cards, their significant other says, you need to get rid of it, it's taking up too much space, get it out of the house, or we'll end up throwing it away. But we do buy all of these in bulk, and if you guys are ever interested in selling us bulk, feel free to hit us up on IG through DM and we can provide you with our current bulk buy list pricing. Now that you guys all know what we buy in bulk, let me tell you guys what exactly we do with the bulk. Of course, we have to go through everything that we get. It's very time consuming. I would say a lot of hours of dealing with the bulk are usually just pretty much organizing it and making sure that it's clean bulk. One of the things I like to compare with Pokemon bulk is the idea of those who are into fitness, and they usually talk about bulking up. There's two types of bulking up. There is clean bulk and then there's dirty bulk. Dirty bulk refers to kind of putting on extra weight via junk food and just to put on those extra pounds, while clean bulk refers to kind of that lean, cleaner eating by getting all your appropriate nutrients. Very much like Pokemon, there is dirty bulk and there is clean bulk. Typically, ideally, we would like to take in clean bulk all the time. We would love to have people have their bulk organized. No code cards, no energy. We don't really pay for those. You'd be surprised of how many thousands of cards that we purchase that people will sneak in cards that we don't buy, like code cards, energy cards, Japanese cards, or even fake cards. So most of our time when sorting bulk is to make sure that the dirty bulk that we take in ends out clean bulk. And then once we have all the bulk sorted, we kind of break it down into different things that we use it for. The first thing that we usually tell people, and the most easiest thing that we tell people that we do with bulk, is that we just build master sets. Master sets is a long endeavor. There's a bunch of sets that we're currently building. I think there's a total of like 15 sets across Pokemon that we are building right now. Anything from the XY era all the way to the modern sets such as Paldean Fates. We are always looking for certain cards, and at the end of the day, it's just a little bit cheaper to get them in bulk because we are always looking for specific conditions. We want them in near mint condition. We don't want a card that's going to go in a master set to be LP or MP. We want it to be nice and clean, so whoever buys it is very happy with their nice, pristine collection. The second thing that we do is build complete sets. Complete sets are a little bit different than master sets. Master sets usually refers to, like to say, Vivid Voltage. It would have all the commons, uncommons, rares, holos, and then all the reverse holos, as well as the full arts and the secret rares. When we talk about complete sets, we're talking about specifically something like the complete reverse holo set of a set. Going back to Vivid Voltage, if we were to sell a complete set of reverse holos from Vivid Voltage, it would just include all the reverse holos, none of the other base cards, none of the holo rares. It would just be the reverse holos of that set. Just because we buy so many reverse holos, we were able to build these complete sets for different sets, and then we can sell them at a premium. Believe it or not, there are people who want to collect just the reverse holos, maybe because they don't want to build it themselves. They already completed the base set and they just wanted the reverse holos. Or sometimes people just want the reverse holo sets of a specific set. Believe it or not, there is a market for it, and there is a premium to collecting those, like a premium that you can charge when you complete a master set. One of the other things that we like to do when sorting through bulk, especially during the organization phase, is that we will look for playables. This requires a little bit more of knowledge of the Pokemon TCG game. There are a lot of collectors of the Pokemon trading card game, but it is at the end of the day a trading card game that people play competitively. One of the things that we'll do when we're sorting bulk is look for playable uncommons. Typically these will be the trainer cards. There are very specific trainers that are highly sought after, whether it be because a lower print run or just supply and demand. Really good examples of these would be in the previous era, I would say Scoop Up Net from Rebel Clash, as well as the now rotating Fusion Strike Battle VIP Pass. We were able to sell playsets of those and at a premium because just demand for them was really high, but supply was very limited on the market. What we'll typically do is pull uncommons that are playable. We'll create a playset, which is 4 copies that people can put in their deck and then sell them on eBay. There are other playables out there. If you guys want to take a look, I would definitely recommend doing your research to see what playables are worth selling. But playables are something that you can easily make a decent amount of money. The last thing that I want to talk about what we do with the bulk is that at the end of the day, we do have an outlet to get rid of it. There's actually a fair amount of you who watch our videos that actually buy bulk from us. We do sell bulk online via eBay. People who are just looking to get a mass amount of cards for a very cheap price. So we'll make a little bit of money from that. But at the same time, we do have somebody who buys all of our bulk from us for pretty much the same price that we purchase it from the public. I know some of you might be wondering, if we are just going to sell the bulk at pretty much what we buy it at, then what is the point of doing it at all? If we are selling the bulk that we purchase for pretty much the same price that we buy it at, so we're in it for 0 costs, but all the things that we've gathered from all of these are essentially margin and profit for us, so it makes it all worthwhile. Going back to our previous video, we're going to talk about why we do bulk to begin with. It goes back to our 3 principles of our business. So if we can organize the bulk, we know exactly where to put the bulk in an optimized fashion, we're able to net those margins and it's going to be worthwhile for us. But the most important thing with bulk is that it is very sustainable. People are opening Pokemon cards on a daily basis. They are accumulating hundreds of thousands of cards and they don't know what to do with it. So they are able to unload it to us at a fair price, and we are always able to buy it because people are always looking to get rid of it. It is definitely a very sustainable business model for bulk. Would I recommend bulk to everyone? Probably not. I think that bulk does take up a lot of space and it takes a lot of time and effort, and I would say the juice from the squeeze is probably not worth it to a lot of you, especially considering the fact that it is very tedious and it can take hours of your time, and I don't think a lot of people are willing to do that for a prolonged period of time. One of the things that differs from me and my wife is that we're actually able to thrive in these kind of conditions of kind of these monotonous, tedious kind of tasks because we're able to accomplish other things. I can watch YouTube while I'm sorting bulk. My wife can watch Netflix while she's sorting bulk. And at the end of the day, we're still getting paid for our efforts. And this business model is very sustainable, which is great for us because we can continue to make money off of it. I hope this video kind of explains what we do with the bulk. I know a lot of you have been asking about it. Hopefully that gives you a little insight of the reasoning why we do it and what we do with it. But thank you guys for watching. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see all of you guys in the next video.